What's going on, everyone? I am just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about a Canadian named Rob Ford. And this is actually part two of learning about his story. And to be honest, I don't know how much more of this I can handle, Like, what could possibly happen next? Long story short, he is the mayor of Toronto. Actually kind of likable guy in some respects, but also obviously an extremely troubled individual. And they've just found this video of him literally smoking a crack pipe. How do you come back from that? I don't know, but let's find out.
And on May 16th, the story of Toronto's crack-smoking mayor went viral.
Oh my
Neither
God.
Gawker nor the Star had the video, but both had been given this, a photo of Rob Ford posing with three young men.
Oh my God. These photos, man. Yeah, they were talking about right at the end of part one last time. How somebody had actually finally captured a video of him smoking crack and were trying to sell it to the news and make money, and so that hasn't been distributed to the public yet, but did that ever? Is that video out there somewhere? Are they going to show it? I don't know. Can they show it? Anyway, again, like not to... at the end of the day, there's a lot of tragedy going on here. Like, he's a human being. He's obviously having a lot of troubles, and it's really sad more than anything else. But also, he's the mayor. He's a politician, and he's severely betraying the public trust. The people who voted for him to, do paperwork, not smoke crack, enact good policy, not get high. So, in some respects, it's really also unforgivable. This freaking photo certainly must have done wonders for his street cred. This is a real photo?
It didn't take reporters long to figure out where the photo was taken, that house at 15 Windsor Drive, or who the young men really were, gang members according to police, one of whom, Anthony Smith, had been murdered just 2 months earlier.
Oh my God. So he was literally chummy with gang members? Like, I got friends that I've had my whole life that I don't have photos looking this happy in. I got people I love that I don't know if there's a photo of me with this big of a smile that Rob Ford has. Like, he's having the time of his life. Oh my God. So this is just so bizarre, man. It's just so bizarre.
The next morning at his house, Mayor Ford had to deal with reporters. For more than a week, he would keep his silence, refusing to explain anything.
Mayor Ford, is this... Are you planning legal action?
It's all right. I'll see you guys down at City Hall.
Is this the worst allegation you've heard so far?
Yes! What? I mean, geez. In the first part, he has said some crazy stuff. He has said stuff that's over the line. He's done stuff a lot, mostly with alcohol up to this point. Is this the worst allegation so far? Probably. Yeah, I would say so. And to go along with the photo, and it's not good. Like,
But that...
how... I almost have to wonder, how does he not just resign, after all this? The gall to keep going? Like, with all the... I don't know. It's mostly just accusations at this point, although it's all but confirmed that he is, a severe alcoholic, and it's interfering with his job. But the crack thing is a allegation, not like he's not been convicted on anything yet. But at a certain point, like, don't you just have to try to have some self-respect, realize that you have a problem, and step down, you know?
Back in Dixon, there was no end to the talk about that now famous video. When Gawker announced it was raising money to buy the tape, it became hot property, and Dixon became a magnet for all kinds of visitors.
There was some
This tape, this video of Rob Ford smoking crack, is like a hot commodity. They haven't sold it yet, so it's actually a pretty good day to be a crack smoking videographer, I guess, and have this tape because it's worth a lot of money to the press and stuff.
people in the neighborhood. I would say people that are in organized crime that drove in and showed people a suitcase of money. Said, "Hey, look, whoever has the video, put them in contact with us. This is their cash. This is their money."
Whoa.
They were literally showing people suitcases of money?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Coming in fancy cars and showing cash. Look, I want, tell them, here's my number, give them a call.
Why do they want the video? Why do the gangs or the drug dealers want the video? Like blackmail or something? Jeez, this is scary. Well, that's sort of what happens when you go down to like a bad neighborhood as the mayor of Toronto. What? And smoke crack with everybody. You kind of invite this in, I suppose.
But it wasn't just gold diggers who were looking for the video. Farah started hearing about phone calls from people he was told had close connections to the mayor.
There was phone calls
Sure.
coming in from people claiming to be ex-military, claiming to be police officers, saying, look, if you guys don't pass the video or find the video, we'll arrest you guys or we'll have you guys executed or some crazy stuff like that.
There were threats made
There were
to
actual
people
threats made, yeah.
on behalf of the mayor or the mayor's office?
On behalf of the mayor's, right?
They said
I mean, I'm not totally shocked. Like, this is you're also like pissing off some very powerful people in politics, and who knows who can say who is really making the threats and whatnot. But I'm sure there were people in politics who wanted to make the video disappear forever, no one ever see it, and there were people who wanted it to use against Rob Ford, I would imagine.
they were calling on behalf of Rob Ford.
Right.
Were people scared during those days?
I mean, yeah, people were scared, yeah.
You know when, like, the gang members, the drug-dealing gang members in the crack den are scared? Like, you know this is a big deal.
Now, don't forget, while all this furor was happening over the video, police still had those wiretaps running for their guns and gangs investigation.
Okay.
Dozens in Dixon were under surveillance, so whatever was being discussed was now part of a police investigation.
Oh,
It
wow.
would soon be expanded to include that video.
So the police investigation is supposed to be just cracking down on drug crime in Toronto. And is it at this point like an investigation into Rob Ford? Or is he like using his power to make the investigation about him never happen? Or I don't know.
Farah says as soon as the media storm hit, his contact disappeared.
He was gone before the article even, the next day it was in the papers.
Wow.
That same night he left.
And what happened to the video?
I have no idea.
Did you ever hear of it or see it again?
No.
The freaking video is gone? What? That is so disappointing. Because essentially what that means is there's no proof that it ever existed other than this guy's word. Perhaps he's telling the truth. I'm inclined to think that he is, but the guy with the video scrammed because he was scared of even worse criminals or whatever, or the man, the big brother coming down and making him unaliving him or something, and The video was never sold to the news. It's not out there. So the one of him literally lighting up like crack and looking at the video and being like, "You're not recorded, are you?" You know, that one. Wow. So it's all just hearsay. You know, it's hearsay. You know, right? If we are the judges in the court of law, it's just he said, she said.
That was the end of it.
8 days later, Toronto's mayor finally gave some answers.
I do not use crack cocaine, nor am I an addict of crack cocaine.
My God. Oh my God. What? This is an actual press conference. I have never seen anything in all my days. A politician get up and say something like that. This is insane. Obviously, anyway, he's denying the allegations, which is smart because maybe he's innocent and didn't do it. Either way, the video is gone and there's no proof, but the fact that they have this soundbite of him saying that this is crazy.
I do not use crack cocaine, nor am I an addict of crack cocaine. As for a video, I cannot comment on a video that I have never seen or does not exist.
Oh, it doesn't exist. He says it doesn't exist.
When we come back, police
Yeah, it doesn't exist because you erased it from existence. Or maybe not, who knows.
descend on Dixon. And the mayor's behavior puts the chief in a tough spot.
As chief of police, are you shocked?
Oh, it will return. Come back. Come back. Come back, story. Hurry. Fast forward. Here we go.
Have you done any illegal drugs since you've been mayor?
Have you tried to obtain the video, sir?
Are you upset that the deputy mayor says he believes there's a tape?
The premier suggests he's ready to step
The
in.
story of Mayor Rob Ford and the crack video hit Toronto like a bombshell.
Right, like, true or not, I can only imagine the media frenzy this when this story broke. Like, this must have been not the biggest news in Toronto, obviously, but probably all of Canada, I'm sure. Wow. Yeah, like I said, when this happened, I've never heard about this, never heard it. I'm kind of surprised, because this is insane.
Why are you not answering any of these questions?
Mr. Ford, shouldn't you step aside until the area is clear?
For weeks, the questions did not stop.
You're worried about Toronto's reputation.
Is it respect for taxpayers to ignore such serious allegations? Is that respect for taxpayers?
Jeez.
The whole city wants answers, Mayor Ford, and you're not answering any of these questions.
Jeez. It's not good.
Mayor Ford, what if the deputy mayor asks you to resign, will you?
No.
Did Norman Kelly ask you to
Do you have
take
anything
some
to say
time
about
off,
St.
Mayor?
Patrick's Day 2012?
What are those allegations about St.
St. Patrick's Day? What?
The true mayor?
Oh.
As the embattled mayor hid from the media, police were planning a bold move.
This is not good.
Early morning, June 13th, tactical teams from 17 different police agencies descended on the neighborhood of Dixon.
What?
It was the culmination of that secret guns and gangs investigation they'd started a year earlier.
What?
Among the apartments targeted, the one where Mohammed Farah and his mother lived.
I heard two bangs.
Whoa.
I thought it was someone shooting in the hallway or there was some kind of fight going on. So I came running out of my room, trying to see what was going on. And as soon as I came out, there was a hole in my door, and they threw a stun grenade through it. So I ran into a grenade, like a stun grenade or whatever it was, flash grenade. So I ran into that, and it kind of got me a little bit woozy. So I seen tactical guys come in there with their machine guns. You know, I knew this was something serious, so I kind of cooperated, had my hands down.
I'm sorry. You just, as an American, you do not hear about stuff like this happening in Canada. Like, you guys have such a squeaky clean reputation. So to hear about these like drug raids and flash grenades and well, like I mean, if indeed there is a big criminal drug ring, drug problem, and they've found the cause or the people, and yeah, you know, you got to go in and do what you got to do, I suppose. But yeah, I didn't know about all this.
To this day, Farah has no idea why police wanted to search his place. He
the
has
video.
no criminal record.
The
Though
video.
his brother has history with the law, and at the time was registered as living in the high-rise. After searching for an hour, the police discovered a gun.
Ooh. Because in Canada, that's a big deal to have a gun, right? Or it's difficult to have a gun, right?
People that know me, I mean, I've never been known to carry a gun around. And then my mother's not a person that's, you know, she's never been in trouble as well.
Where did the gun come from?
They found the gun in the laundry room. It was rolled up in a carpet or something like that. So I don't know whose gun it is. I don't know how it got there.
Wrong people! People, what do you mean for nothing? For fucking nothing!
44 people were arrested that day, including Farah, his mother, and his brother.
Oh, jeez.
Also arrested, Mohammed Siad, the man Farah had been helping shop the Rob Ford video, and the 2 surviving young men in that famous photo.
What?
The charge.
Whoa, this is getting interesting. You know, this is I gotta admit, this is so crazy, this whole story. I almost like forgot it was real. It sounds like a movie, you know? You couldn't make something up that was this riveting. This, I gotta remind myself, this is real.
Charges laid that day had nothing to do with the photo or the video, but that didn't stop people thinking that all of this was really about the mayor.
Maybe.
All he told me was it's not only your unit, it's the whole building, and this is happening because of Rob Ford.
What? This is very shady, to say the least. It is shady. It's politics. We'll probably likely never really know, but, like, come on. Just be, like, just thinking about it. If you're in power, if you're the mayor or whatever, and you have all this power, and it's within your power to use the police to search an area, get rid of the one tape that'll destroy your career, you're probably gonna do it, right? Now, maybe they were also at the same time cracking down on drug crime and stuff and the investigation that they were doing. And maybe it was both, but come on. You gotta think that's true.
When he was asked whether the raid had anything to do with Rob Ford, Chief Blair had a chance to exonerate the mayor.
Okay.
But he ducked the question.
Not able to disclose any of the investigative methodologies that were employed in this case, or to disclose any of the evidence that is obtained. There's an appropriate place for that evidence to be made public. Is this through a court of law?
He didn't explicitly say, like, Rob Ford is innocent. He's a great guy who definitely doesn't do crack. No, he could have. That probably wouldn't have worked too well. But yeah, he didn't say anything like that. He just said he can't comment.
What wasn't made public that day is what we now know. That 48 hours after the story about the video broke, police indeed had started another secret investigation to look into it.
I knew it! I knew it!
They would go to astonishing lengths, deploying huge resources to track a single black Range Rover.
Huh?
Number 308.
Police would tail it for months all across the city.
Who is this?
They even tracked it from the air. The journey would take them into some of Toronto's darkest corners.
Who is this? What do you mean you tracked their car for months? Excuse me. Oh my god, I still got the COVID from the last video. Doing better and better though, but I'm very for COVID, it's like actually I thought it was just a cold. Like it's actually nothing, thank goodness, but definitely some congestion. But congestion won't stop me from getting to the bottom of this.
because inside the Range Rover was a man with a history of violence and drugs. Sandro Lisi, who the surveillance would soon reveal had a remarkably close relationship with Toronto's mayor.
Your focus on this.
Why? God. The more... It's just not that hard. This really frustrates me. It's just not that hard. Like, if you're the mayor, you're a trusted representative, everybody loves you, they voted you in. It's not that hard to just not associate with literal criminals. Don't go to bad neighborhoods and smoke hard drugs. It's just, I get it. Like, he has a problem. It's difficult and I'm sure if Rob Ford was within his mind and within his, could control his compulsions, you know, no one ever was born and grew up and thought as a child, like, I want to grow up and be a drug-addicted, alcoholic, crack-addicted mayor. No one ever wants that for themselves, so. But again, at the same time, is it that hard to just not associate with all these criminals? Like, geez.
Wouldn't necessarily be directly with Mayor Rob Ford. It would be the drug dealers. And because Alexander Lisi has the criminal record involving drugs, that to me is where the focus of the investigation should be.
It's very
We asked
suspicious.
retired Detective Mike Davis to help us understand the parts of the investigation police have made public.
What's going on? Is it just busy?
They started monitoring Lisi 1 month after the video story broke,
Okay.
tracking his phone calls, watching him with cameras night and day.
God, it's scary. It's kind of scary what the police and the government could do. Like, this guy had no idea. Like, he's a criminal, but he had no idea. They were just watching him all day for months. You know, they could do that to anyone.
Among the places they followed him to was that infamous house at 15 Windsor Drive. And to more than 20 meetings in all kinds of places with the mayor.
What?
On several occasions, police watched as packages were left.
37 short final, win 1.
And then there was an evening in July. Security cameras caught some strange comings and goings at this Esso station.
God.
The station is just 350 meters from Rob Ford's home, and yet there's the mayor heading to the bathroom.
There he is.
A few minutes later, Lisi is spotted arriving, carrying a manila envelope. He buys something, he looks around, and then still holding the envelope, he passes very close to the passenger side of the mayor's car. 3 minutes later, the mayor is back, gets into his car, and drives away.
I mean, yeah, come on. Let's not insult our intelligence. Obviously, the mayor is doing, like, if not everything he's been accused of, like, he's doing bad stuff. I don't know. What's in this envelope? Like, yeah. So they are investigating Rob Ford, like, or at least this accomplice, which led to him as well, meeting up with him, and they got it all on cameras and stuff. So, yeah, okay. It's gonna come out. I don't know how this story ends, but it's gonna come to an end. That's for sure.
And you're gonna
All pretty suspicious to Mike Davis.
Well, first of all, the behavior of Lisi. I mean, his behavior is typical of a person involved in drugs. That is either trafficking drugs or being he's participating in the drug trafficking business. His behavior it cries out.
But despite that behavior, police do nothing to stop either Lisi or the mayor.
Oh, man.
They certainly don't get a search warrant.
Really?
And who's to say if Ford would ever allow you into the car to search his car? You had no grounds to do that anyways.
Oh, really? I wonder what grounds you need. Because this is pretty incriminating behavior. Like, maybe not legally, but if you have a brain cell, it's like you understand what's going on here. So they're following him, they're getting all this evidence, but they're not doing anything.
As far as that goes.
Even though there's published reports accusing him of smoking cocaine. He's associating with known drug dealers. You've had him he and Lisey under surveillance for months at a time with all kinds of suspicious meetings. You don't have grounds at that point to check his car and say, excuse me, Mayor Ford, but we want to know what's in that package?
No.
Well, that's sad. Yeah, she's absolutely right. When you put it in like common sense, plain language, yes, like people should have rights to not be unreasonably searched, but I don't know. It's sad that he was just allowed to be the mayor while doing all this.
No, you don't have grounds.
If that was a black kid from some neighborhoods in this city, do you not think that that car would have been searched?
Yes.
No. You have to have the grounds.
I don't know. She makes a very compelling argument.
To do that, or else you're doing something illegally. And people out there can say that the police should have done this, should have done that, should have pulled Mr. Ford over, and they would have seen for sure whether he had drugs or not. Well, that's not the way the police operate.
Okay, fair. What? And I don't know the laws in Canada, that's for sure. Like, you can't, in the U.S., that you can't do unreasonable searches and seizures, that's for sure. And that's the way it should be, but you know when they want to have a reason to search somebody. Like when I was a kid, me and my friends were driving in a pretty small town, but we were driving late. We were only like 16, driving at like 2 a.m., not even doing anything bad, just driving because it was the weekend and being silly. And a police officer pulled us over and we weren't speeding. We weren't doing anything. We didn't look drunk. We weren't drunk, and they pulled us over, and we were like, how did they pull us over? Why? Like, how? For what? And they ended up telling us that it was because we had something hanging from our rear view mirror. You know, your rear view mirror, how you can hang like a little air freshener or a tree or whatever. You can hang a little knick-knack from your rear view mirror in your car. They said the police officer pulled up to our window and pulled us over and said, that's an obstruction, that interferes with your ability to drive and see. So I can pull you over for that. And I thought, man, the police can just like do whatever. If they can just come up with any reason to do whatever. And I feel like if they wanted to, maybe Rob Ford is too powerful to do that too. But yeah, the police had the audacity to pull this on the very, very powerful Tyler Bucket. They didn't know who they were messing with. They didn't know what power I could crack down on them with, which alluded to me. The power I had was me going, okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't know.
Police operate on evidence, clear evidence, and before they make any move.
But Clay Ruby, longtime defense lawyer and Rob Ford critic, calls that nonsense.
If I watch Lisey do a drop-off to the mayor's car, and the mayor's somewhere else, that's the whole point of a drop-off, to separate the mayor from the drugs. I pick up the phone, I called JP, and I got a telewarrant. 3 minutes later, I'm lawfully in that car, seizing those drugs, taking a sample, putting them back.
I believe it.
This is not rocket science.
I believe it. This gets so messy with politicians.
Police eventually caught Lisey in a sting operation, and after all that costly surveillance, charged him with trafficking marijuana.
Oh, wow.
As for the mayor, he was never even questioned. So why didn't they arrest him?
What?
To me, it is inexplicable. But Chief Blair acts as if...
What do you mean? It's, okay, it's corrupt. Inexplicable? The explanation is, like, Rob Ford or people in power didn't want him questioned. It's very explicable.
It needs no explanation. Like, it was perfectly obvious. Well, why would we arrest the mayor? There was a zillion pieces of evidence going through their hands.
Wow.
And they never picked it up. They just let it slip through their hands.
So it's not just like a tragic story of personal weakness and downfall and betrayal of the people, but corruption as well.
What would soon become clear is that whatever the concerns about drugs, police were pursuing bigger things too. As part of their investigation, they retrieved all of Lisey's phone records and quickly zeroed in on 3 specific days, May 16th to 18th, immediately before and right after the story of the video broke.
Okay.
The pattern of calls was revealing. Lisey calling Mohammed Siad, the man who had the crack video. Lisey calling 15 Windsor Drive. And in between, 13 times, Lisey on the phone with Mayor Ford.
This is outrageous. The overload of proof against Ford. Yeah. Before there was like plausible deniability or whatever, but this is just crazy.
On October 31st, Lisey was arrested and charged again, this time with the more serious offense of extortion, allegedly threatening violence in an effort to get that video.
Oh. Where is this
But
video?
just hours later, it would all be overshadowed by this stunning announcement.
I have been advised that we are now in possession of a recovered digital video file.
Yes, police finally had it. The crack video the mayor was still insisting didn't exist. It was a game changer, and the chief knew it.
Well, I think as a citizen.
Oh, no way. Oh my God, I thought this was gone. Done, dead, and buried. They got the video.
Toronto, I'm disappointed. I know this is a traumatic issue for the citizens of this city and for the reputation of this city, and that concerns me.
Very
the
true.
chief and the mayor, who'd once stood shoulder to shoulder vowing to fight drug crime together, now locked in mortal combat.
No way.
Mayor Ford, why do you keep sending
When we come back, the mayor comes clean. Sort of.
Yes, I have smoked crack cocaine.
When,
But
sir?
no, do I? Am I an addict? No. Have I tried it?
What?
Probably in one of my drunken stupors.
What? 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 What is... What? What? What is
The
happening?
speed at which it all unraveled was breathtaking. For half a year, Toronto's mayor had insisted there was no video showing him smoking crack cocaine.
Alexander, what's your relationship to the mayor?
Now a man, a close friend of the mayor's, had been charged with extortion, allegedly threatening people to find the video.
No way.
You're listening to The City.
A year of denying it. A year? Like, a year or more of just giving the middle finger to the people of Toronto, right? That's what it amounts to. That's why you can't really feel sorry.
For any other politician, that might have been fatal. But these are the Fords, a political clan that never says die. The mayor's first response on his weekly radio show was calculated.
I'm not holier than thou, so I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm never going to drink again. That's not realistic.
Seek absolution, but don't say for what. Then attack. Big Brother Doug sent out to take on his new sworn enemy, the police chief, calling on Bill Blair to resign.
Calling on the police? Calling on the police chief to resign? Ask your brother to resign, man. Have some dignity here. Am I missing something? What? Yes, like, nobody is perfect. Like, I've said that a million times, and I believe it. No one's perfect. Like, and you have an alcohol problem. And that's very tragic. But unfortunately, that means you're not equipped to be a public servant.
We have the most political police chief I've ever seen. The police chief believes he's the judge, the jury, and the executioner.
Sure, and I mean, absolutely make sure it is a fair and honest trial, or investigation, or whatever it is. But there's literally a video now, right? Like, so.
But something had clearly happened. Less than 4 hours later, there was Rob Ford again, almost begging reporters to let him make a confession.
Should he step aside?
You asked me a question back in May, and you can repeat that question.
Do you smoke crack cocaine?
Exactly. Yes, I have smoked crack cocaine.
From there, it was the short, familiar path to the apology and the promise once again.
Literally with that, you know, his career should be over. He should not be the mayor. He has been lying to everybody for a year or more, right? About the cocaine. And obviously that's interfering with his job. Obviously there's corruption going on. The lying, the betrayal, it goes on and on. Like, I don't know. How did the people of Toronto feel at this point? How did you feel about this? Like, how many chances does this guy get? Or maybe you were done with him a long time ago. Like, was he refusing to resign? Did people want him to resign? Were people like, oh, he does crack cocaine just like me. He's just like you and me. Cool. Or, what's the angle here?
To move on.
I have nothing left to hide. But the past is the past. These mistakes will never, ever, ever happen again.
I don't. That annoys me, to be honest. Like, don't. You've done so much at this point, and you've lied for so long. Don't get up here and be like, and think that an apology is just going to fix everything. And, if I apologize and I say I won't do it again, that everything is just fine and everyone's happy. What? That's like insulting.
But this time, it may not be so easy. There are serious questions he still won't answer. What exactly is the mayor's relationship with those people at 15 Windsor Drive?
I don't know. Look at the freaking... This is why I say it's insulting, too. It's insulting our intelligence when he says, it'll never happen again. Oh, I didn't do anything. You're literally laughing with... these are like... Several of them are known criminals and drug dealers, right? Like, what?
The 3 young men in that photo, one of them dead, 2 now up on gang-related charges. If his friend Sandro Lisi was indeed extorting people to get the crack tape, what was the mayor telling him in all those phone calls? And just how many more embarrassing videos can there be? This one, recently obtained by the Toronto Star, shows a very agitated and angry mayor of Toronto.
Somebody killed the fucking guy. I'm telling you, it's first degree murder.
This is whatever. Like, if he gets angry and yells, and as long as he's not violent, whatever. People can do this.
Give me the phone. No holds barred, brother. He dies or I die, brother. I'm talking no. Brother, you've never seen me fucking go, brother. You think so, brother? But when he's down there, I'll rip his fucking throat out. I'll pull his eyes out. I will fuck when he's dead. I'll make sure that motherfucker's dead. I need fucking.
Whoa. What? This is okay. Never mind. This is way more than I thought. I thought he was just going on an unhinged, unintelligible rant. He's talking about killing someone.
With so many people, friends and foes, pleading with him to resign and get help, it's hard to believe Rob Ford still thinks sorry is going to cut it. But apparently he does.
Who are you talking to?
Who are you talking about?
Who are you talking about? Who was the target of the threats?
All I can say is, again, I've made mistakes.
In contrast to all of that, back in Dixon, life is quieter. Dozens of people still face charges from those raids. Mohammed Syed is in jail waiting to be tried on drug trafficking and gun running charges. Though it's probably safe to say the Rob Ford video is the most explosive thing he's ever handled.
He felt like he had a live grenade in his hand.
As for the would-be broker, Mohammed Farah, he's awaiting his own trial on that gun possession charge. But he has no regrets about his decision to come out of the shadows.
I feel like if I didn't come out and tell my story and kind of at this moment, at this crucial moment, that my community would be affected and our voice will be lost.
Why should we believe?
Okay, so are you telling me here, is that the end? Are you telling me that this documentary ended without saying, like, what happened later after all this? He's just the mayor still? What? Okay.
He needs to be held accountable for his actions.
And if the deputy mayor asks you to resign, will you?
Did Norman Kelly ask you to
Do you have
take
anything
some
to say
time
about
off,
St.
Mayor?
Patrick's Day 2012?
St. Patrick's Day.
Allegations about St. Patrick's Day. True, Mayor.
Is that it? Is that it?
So many twists and turns that everyone is predicting even more bombshells to come.
Oh, yeah.
As amazing as it may seem, there is another city that once went through this. An embattled mayor caught using crack cocaine. Bob McEwen brought back that story from Washington, D.C., and you can find it on our website.
Oh.
But stay with...
Okay. Anyway. Jeez. Never ends. So now that it's been like over a decade later, after this, maybe after this documentary even, what happened? Like, what's Rob Ford doing now? Like, these days? Or what? Was he just mayor, like, for a long time after this? Or did he turn his life around? Did they convict him? Okay, I'm gonna pause for a second here and pull up, like, some kind of comprehensive article about what happened after this to now. So, hold on for a sec. Okay, here we are. I've got it all pulled up. What's happened since this documentary, the end of the documentary, 2013, till now? What has happened? It says, after Rob Ford publicly admitted in 2013 he had used crack cocaine, his life unfolded quickly and tragically. What happened next? He stayed in office, but was sidelined for about a year. He stayed in office for like another year. Wow. Despite intense global media attention, he refused to resign. That's disappointing, to say the least. Toronto City Council stripped him of most of his mayoral power. Wow. Good for them, honestly. Good for them. That's probably what you have to do. Leaving him with a largely symbolic role where he continued to draw crowds and remain popular with a loyal base. I guess there's just some of this that I'm not going to understand. It sounds like some people liked him. Like, maybe because he's so human, maybe because it's so tragic, but I see it largely as a story of lies and deception and certainly personal, struggle, but also disappointing and not living up to his responsibilities for the people. He lost the next mayoral race. Oh, so wow, he really just pushed it until there was another election. That's what it took. Huh. Well, he was not elected again. If he had been elected again after all that, I don't know if I could handle it. He stayed political. He dropped out of the 2014 election due to health concerns. His brother Doug Ford ran instead. Rob successfully ran for Toronto City Council and won. I mean, so he can just run for like city representative positions, city council, and win still. That is unbelievable to me. Serious illness and withdrawal in 2015, diagnosed with pleomorphic liposarcoma. Oh, cancer. He underwent surgery, chemo, and died in 2016. No way. He died March 2016, 46 years old. From cancer. Yeah, like nobody deserves that, for one thing. That's tragic. His whole story is so tragic. That is almost somehow that almost like goes along with the tragedy of his life, or at least his mayoral life. How he's remembered, a cautionary tale, phenomenon, populist. He remained political and left behind an unusual legacy. It sounds like he did some things that were like pretty decent. Some people, a lot of people liked him, but what a story! Holy cow! Not what I was expecting to hear. That's gonna take some time for me to fully digest. Whew, because I just absorbed like years of drama, Canadian political drama in like an hour. So, wow, I didn't know any of this happened. It went like that, and it certainly is a cautionary tale. And yeah, it was really fascinating learning about it. I've never heard anything like it. I'm curious to hear what people, especially Canadians, especially in Toronto, think about this in hindsight, looking at this, and like as it was happening, what you thought of the whole thing. That'd be really cool to hear about. If you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like, leave a comment, any of that. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canadian things that I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.